I like Hakeem Jeffries, but he reportedly, according to the Newswire, told House Democrats to express unity and a TAME counter to Trump's address tonight, meaning last night.
Yeah.
We don't want tame.
Yeah, we don't. But that's
We
not we
don't
he doesn't
want
work for
tame.
us. He doesn't work for us. He works for the donors, as I've said time and again. And so, yes, as my February poll showed, Trump's got a 25% approval rating in Black America. At that point, it's probably much lower now.
Yeah.
We don't want tame, but the donor class that controls the Democratic Party wants tame, and that's who he works for.
But we do see people like Jasmine Crockett, Maxwell Frost, Ayanna Pressley. These are younger people, obviously.
Yes, they're fantastic, all of them.
Are right. So I don't. I'm not. I don't know if I don't have the records in front of me. But are they people who are not tied to the donor class that we know of? And if they aren't, is it like a blood oath that eventually they will be the longer you're in Congress?
Yes. Yeah,
Damn.
yes and yes. And so they are all out of the leadership. And so they've got a different set of priorities. They are in very safe seats. They have the ability to build a lot of political capital and also monetary power using their platforms to speak out as they have been doing, but they will face two pathways. They will ultimately be these kinds of backbenchers that have their own sort of platform, or they will go the route of AOC, who will be disciplined and tamed to the extent that she will not be able to get into the leadership, right? So we saw what happened with the oversight committee vote, where most of the caucus members voted for Connerly over
Yeah.
AOC. That is the way that they discipline younger, dynamic, brilliant, beautiful people that do want to work for us, who are in safe seats. So that's one way. The other way, and we have to get square with this. I mean, some of this is on us. I mean, the largest donor in black politics is AIPAC. And so the reason that they are able to
I don't think I knew
discipline
that.
us,
Wait,
what'd you say?
repeat that? I don't think I knew that. The
The
largest donor
largest
in
donor
black
in black
politics is,
politics is AIPAC, the American
but
Israel
they're the
Affairs
ones
Committee.
who kicked out Jamal Bowman and Corey Bush.
That's right.
That should be a headline story in every
By
black media
finding
outlet. I
people to
didn't
run
know that.
against them,
I didn't know that.
that's a way to discipline them. And so the only way for us to counteract that is for us to fill the void. We overperform as volunteers. We overperform in terms of our political knowledge. We underperform as donors. And when we do give, we tend to give to people who don't need the money, like, presidential candidates like VP Harris. They didn't need the money. We need to be giving to these young,
Hopeful.
courageous black members of Congress like Cori Bush, so that when AIPAC comes along and dumps $5, $6 million into a guy that they want to use to defeat her, she'll have some ability to counter that. Same with Jamal Bowman, same with any of these people who are bucking the leadership. We have to fill the void. That's why I started my super PAC, to fill the void that I know the Democratic Party will never fill for us.
But I do want to ask you this though, because I struggle with this sometimes. You said that Hakeem Jeffries is bought by the donor class.
Well, he works for
I'm
them.
never a fan of. Go ahead.
He works for them because they've got to pay for, or they
Right.
believe they've got to pay for their silly television commercials, which no one watches. But that's the way
Right.
that and so as a leader, he is obligated to get that money in for the party. Because let's be
Right.
honest, if he didn't do that, they'd blame him and they'd kick him out.
Well, that's what I was getting. That's what I was getting ready to say. So, is this sadly a necessary evil that if you're going to get to that level of power? Because I believe Hakeem Jeffries at his core is a good guy, and I'm sure
No
there are
doubt.
things he wants to do. I don't think he's a grifter or a hustler,
No,
but
he's not.
is that is that the blood oath that, hey, if you're going to get to this level, you are going to have to bow down to this donor class. I mean, they kicked out Joe Biden's ass because the donors were saying we're not going to give you any money.
Yes,
Is that just where
exactly,
we are in our
Clay.
politics? So
Yeah,
how do
exactly.
we as voters, how do we like? So we're never going to get AOC to be that powerful. We're never. How
Wrong.
do we do that? Okay, go
Wrong.
ahead. Go ahead.
We have to change our behavior
You did say
and
that.
scare
Us.
the
It goes to
hell
us.
out of Hakeem Jeffries and
Mm-hmm.
Kamala Harris and anyone at the top. So black people, we're doing politics as if it's about representation and love. We want to be at the table. We want them to
Mm,
love us, and we want to love them. That's not how modern politics works in America. Modern
mm,
politics is about fear. Whatever the angriest, loudest segment in the Republican Party is,
mm-hmm.
they've been turned as an instrument of fear on all of those cowards that sat there and watched Trump unmake the NATO alliance, which my
Mm,
grandfather fought to make, right? So
mm,
that is the kind of fear that black people have to bring to politics. And that's why I founded the Alliance for Black Equality to ratchet up that fear at the local level. Because at the local level, Clay, there is no reason that black elected officials can't be passing DEI audit laws to protect us right now, local civil rights acts to protect us right now. There's no reason why they can't say if you want to be a contractor of any kind for the city of Chicago, Los Angeles, New York, you have to do an audit of your hiring to show you're not discriminating. We can do all those things tomorrow. We have the power. We have to change our expectations. And you know who's doing that? The Gen Zers. The problem with them is that we don't want them to be so disaffected that they don't participate at all. So that's the challenge on the other end.
right. And if you recall, I don't know if you agree, in the beginning, Obama wasn't a part of that establishment. They didn't
No,
think he was going to win at all. He wasn't a part of that, donor class establishment. Do I have that right?
you
Do I have that
absolutely
right?
do. I mean, he won with
Yeah,
less money. Yeah.
exactly. He,
Hmm.
but that was before Citizens United, right? That was
Yes,
before.
it was.
Yeah. Well, Lord have mercy.
Hmm.
But you know what? I got hope. I do. I do. I got hope. Folks say our democracy has 6 months. Baby, I'm going to hold on till the wheels fall off. I got
I hear
hope.
you.
I got hope. Before you go, tell us how we can support and tell us, just in summary, folks listening for the first time, what the Alliance for Black Equality is doing right now.
So right now, first we are supporting all of the efforts that the civil rights groups are have currently launched to hold companies who are canceling their DEI programs accountable. Beyond that, deeper in this month, we are going to be announcing a series of local and state legislative initiatives. We're essentially asking powerful black politicians in these places to pass laws in the blue states, Illinois, Colorado, Maryland, Massachusetts, California, that will protect black life. And so please be on the lookout to join our actions. We're going to want you to sign petitions, email and call local elected officials. If you could give $1 or two to the campaign so that we can run a national ad rallying people to the cause. So hopefully by the anniversary of Dr. King's assassination on April 4th, we will have at least one of those states will have passed some legislation that can then be a model for the others to follow. And so that's what you can do to help.